In this video, you will learn how to use your library LibGuide to find resources for your persuasive speech in Speech 205. You're currently looking at the library's website, www.hgtc.edu/library. You may have watched the other video that I recorded that showed you how to find resources for your informative speech. We're going to go back to the same guide that we looked at in that video. Scrolling down on the library's website, you'll find the LibGuides link. When you click on that, there'll be a drop-down menu that asks which guide do you need. If you click on that and scroll down alphabetically, you'll find the Speech 205 LibGuide for Professor Chowney. After you hit go, it takes you to the guide itself. And as a reminder, you use the tabs in the center of the page to navigate your way around and find the information that you need. We're going to start off on the Choosing a Topic tab. It's here that you'll find a resource that could help you if you're having trouble finding a topic to talk about in your speech. The name of this resource is SIRS Issues Researcher. It's one of the library's databases, and it's also available over here on the Databases tab. We're going to click on this link right here to go in and look at SIRS. Now, if you're off campus, this is what it would look like, and you would be able to access it from any location that is not an on-campus location. When you get into SIRS Issues Researcher, there is a search box, and you could use that if you already knew your topic. But the section that I'm going to point out to you is down here at the bottom of the page. It says, Need Help Choosing a Topic. What you'll find here is a list of categories, and you can go into any one of these categories and find topics that you could talk about in any one of those areas. If you don't want to be as narrowed down, you can also click on All Leading Issues, and it will take you to a list of all of the topics that have pages designed for them in SIRS. I'm going to go into the Drugs, Health, and Wellness section. Here's where you will find some suggested topics for a speech. And here's the nice thing about this. As you're going through, when you find one that looks interesting to you and click on it, as I've done with concussions in sports, what you will find in SIRS Issues Researcher is they give you a summary of your topic here. And then the interesting part for the choosing of a topic is that it puts your topic in the form of a question, and then it gives you two different viewpoints that you could take to try and persuade your listener to believe what you're saying. And under each one of those viewpoints, you'll find 3 articles that back that particular side. And if you know anything about library resources, when you go in and you find something through the library, everything that you locate will come with an email button and a cite button. They may be in different places on the screen, so look around and you can find them. And if you remember from the other video that I posted for your informative speech with the citations, double check them for accuracy, especially with regards to capitalization, before you put them on your works cited list. Going back one page, 3 other things that I would like to point out to you. The first thing is this link right here, where it says Find More Sources for Concussions in Sports. This is just a beginning point. You can click on this link to find more. There are some critical questions that could help you decide what you may want to talk about in a speech. And then there's also a timeline. If you want to give any historical information about your topic, this can be very helpful to you. And you'll notice that some of these will link out to additional information. So again, that was SIRS Issues Researcher, found on the Choosing a Topic tab. While I'm not going to do a search for it right now, if you were looking for any print books about your topic, you would go to the Books tab and search the library catalog. And while as of the date of this recording, May 15th, the library is currently closed, starting on May 18th, we will have a limited book pickup service. And if you would like to learn more about that, there is a link in this box right here. We're going to go over to the eBooks tab. In the informative speech video, I showed you Credo reference and Gale ebooks. You could certainly use them for this particular speech as well. But in this video, I'm going to talk about these two over here on the left-hand side, EBSCO ebook collection and eBook Central. These two collections of ebooks give you entire ebooks on a topic. So it may be a 200, 300, 400-page book about a specific topic. So we're going to go into EBSCO ebook collection right now. And one of the nice things that a lot of library resources do is have predictive searching. So sticking with that same topic of concussions, as I start to type in that particular topic, you'll notice the EBSCO ebook collection tries to predict my search for me. So if I see a topic on the list that fits what I'm looking for, I don't actually have to fully type it in. I can just choose one of the suggested searches that they've provided for me. And here you can see I've now got a list of results based on the one that I chose from the list. Now when you find one that looks good to you, all you have to do is click on it. And our ebooks come in PDF format, so you can go in and you can look at them that way. And then don't forget that you do also have the ability to email and cite, as you do with almost all library resources. I'm going to go into the book briefly just to point out to you one of the nice things about the library's ebooks. With every ebook that you find, you'll also find the table of contents. So you can click on that and it will take you to a specific part in the book, and that's a little bit easier to navigate. It also can cut down on your reading because maybe you only want to read one chapter. The other nice thing is the search within feature. You can click on that, type in a word or a phrase, and find everywhere in the book that that word appears. Also on the eBooks tab, you'll find the Statistical Abstract of the United States. I showed you this ebook in the informative speech video, but I wanted to point it out again. If you feel that your speech would benefit from having a statistic, this is a great place to look for them. If you were doing a persuasive speech on smoking bans, you may want to find out how many people were diagnosed with lung cancer in recent years in the United States. And you could use a service like this one, the Statistical Abstract, to find that. Every table with statistics that you find in here comes with a citation button, and in this case, an email button that looks like an envelope. The next tab that we're going to go to is the Databases tab. In the informative speech video, I showed you some of the databases in the general section, and you could certainly use those again for your persuasive speech. But I'm going to scroll down here and show you the controversial issue and viewpoint databases. These are databases that take a look at a controversial or a social issue and provide you with articles that try and persuade you to believe a particular side. One of the names here you may recognize because we saw it earlier in the video, and that's SIRS Issues Researcher. But there's other ones in the box that you may want to take a look at. Points of View Reference Center is a really good one. Global Issues is a good one if your topic is more global in nature and not just based in the US. CQ Researcher is great. The articles that you find in there are usually about 20 to 30 pages long, so they're chock full of information. But right now I'm going to show you Opposing Viewpoints database. This, along with SIRS, are usually the two that students go to first. The Gale database of Opposing Viewpoints does actually have a similar breakdown to the way SIRS was done. At the bottom of the page you can find a list of subjects and then categories within that subject, and you can go into any one of these and it will bring up all the information they have on that particular topic. So if you saw that your topic was listed here, you could click on it and it would automatically take you to that specific page dedicated to that topic. And one of the nice things about this particular database is that they divide their results into categories. So if you said, I only want to look at the journal articles, you can click on this link and do so. If you only wanted to look at the magazine articles or the statistics or the newspaper articles, you could do that. The one area that I would highly recommend looking at is the viewpoint section. The viewpoint section in this database is where you'll find articles that take a very clear stand on your topic. America's recycled plastic waste is clogging landfills. Why bans on plastic bags and straws are annoying and overrated. You know exactly what that author is going to be talking about the minute that you read the title. And again, library resources come with site features, and then here's the envelope to email it to yourself. Now, the other thing that I will point out, though, with regards to this particular database, and all of our databases, in fact, is that you're also always going to find a search feature. You could type in your search in the search box. And you may remember one of the best ways to search in the previous video that I posted, but I'm going to talk to you about it again in this one. If you have a very complex topic, the best way to search for that is to pull out keywords out of your search topic and search using those keywords with the word "and" between each one of your search terms. So if your persuasive speech dealt with drinking at colleges with regards to fraternities, you might do a search like this. You'll notice that I pulled out 3 search terms. Every result that's going to come back is going to include fraternities, college, and drinking. The "and" does not have to be capitalized. I do it just so you can clearly see that I put in 3 different search terms. And now here you can see every result must include all of those words, and this is my results list. And you'll note that the more results, or search terms I should say, that you put in, the more that you're going to get more exact search results. If you put in 2 search terms, you'd probably have a little bit larger list. 3 search terms, this is what I have here. If I added another "and" some other search term with that, it would give me even less results than I have now because I've given the search criteria something else to look for. Going up to the Multimedia tab, I'm not going to go into one of these right now because hopefully you took a look at these during the informative speech, but Films on Demand and Canopy are the library's 2 streaming video services. They're great for finding scholarly videos on particular topics. I always tend to tell students that Films on Demand is probably the better one to start with, and that's the one I showed you in the informative speech, but you're also more than welcome to use the Canopy streaming service to look for videos. With regards to Canopy, if you do plan on using that one, do know that Canopy does require setting up a free account. I'm currently logged in, but if I were not, there would be a button up here in the corner that says Login, and you would click on that and then set up your own free account with Canopy. Films on Demand does not require any kind of a login, except for the off-campus login of your H number. Last but not least, on the Get Help tab, this is where you'll find all the ways that you can contact the library for assistance. And please know that we're here to help you. So if you need any assistance from a librarian, please reach out to us in the method that works best for you, and we'll be more than happy to help you out and point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching the video, and good luck with your speeches.